All right, a little bit of background in me and how I transitioned into the world of data science. So, way back when I went to college, I was a math and computer science major. Math was probably my favorite part of it. Then I went on to grad school, and after that I got out and I became a software engineer. And I really liked being a software engineer. I like coding and I like developing. But as I went on and I went along, I realized I don't use a lot of the math that I learned back in school and that I really am interested and enjoy. And so I enrolled in a PhD program because I had thoughts that I may eventually want to be a professor someday. But I started digging in and learning a little bit more of that math. And around 2012, the term data science started popping up in a few of my communities that I read information and talked about. And I started realizing this data science stuff is a lot like the math that I already know. And so that's when I decided to, start up my blog. And so that's when I started my blog to share things I'm learning and, things that might be helpful for others. Because at that time, there wasn't any other places you could go online to find data science news or articles on data science. So a lot of what I shared is, here's a book about data science, but it's not called data science. Somebody called it data mining, or somebody called it analytics. And so I started sharing some of those. And at the time, I worked at a big bank, and I transitioned myself from a software engineering role to more of a data focused role. The transition went pretty well because if you're a software engineer and you've done that for a while, you've had to spend some amount of time playing with databases and messing around with data and getting data there. And so I kind of transitioned into more of a, analytics data type of role. It was an ETL role where you extract data, transform it, and load it somewhere else. But it allowed me to get more of my time into data. And then from there, once I got in there and started realizing what data we had and how it was collected, I started getting involved in some other projects around how do we predict things for our company and how do we start determining, which customers are going to leave and which aren't. And so that's just kind of how the transition went there. It was, I guess I would say it was intentional on my part to transition into the world of data science, but it wasn't a massive change. Like when I did it, I didn't even leave the company. I just transitioned to a little bit of a different role, and it was all technology. So the transition went pretty easy for me there.